Okay, I wanted to do an update on Dustin's go-kart. Um, it's the second go-kart I've owned the longest, and I bought this for Dustin when he was, I think 5 years old, and he just turned, well, today he's 26, and I've kept this go-kart all these years and done a lot of work to it. And I've had a lot of videos on my channel about this go-kart, and I just wanted to show you guys where I'm at right now. I put the chain on and adjusted the motor all the way back, and I still have some slop, and I don't like that much slop. I guess I would look at a chain tightener. I mean, you can see the clearance right there on how much I pushed it back. I don't like floppy chains because if they cut loose, I mean, they could hurt somebody. You can see this is a master cylinder off a motorcycle. I mean, it's a brake, and the bar connects right here and goes up to the brake system, and it's connected to a front brake. My wheels are against the yeah. Let's see if we can get this to roll. Yeah. And whenever the brake is pressed, this pulls in and activates the brake over there. I probably need to put a return spring from there to somewhere over here. Well, actually, I got one right there. I didn't even see that. And I ended up making this bracket to hold the front caliper. And this is off a Yamaha. I can't remember which one. But I hold the line in place with straps there. I made a mount to hold that and keep that upright right there. I needed a big huge brake because that's an 11 horse engine, and I put a kit on it with a jet. I haven't started this engine yet, so it should be around 15 horsepower. It's got a straight pipe on it too. I don't like the metal fuel tanks. If you see over there on the boat, I took the two off that one and the green one. And what happens is they rust up on the inside. I know you're thinking gasoline, there's gasoline inside there, but you know, they shouldn't rust, but they do. And that rust goes down into the carburetor and clogs the carburetors up. And that's what's wrong with the black go-kart and the green go-kart. This is an old boat seat. I'm going to try to find a seat belt. What I do, I got a piece of cedar. It runs across a couple of places right there, and I mounted that seat up onto that. But I want to run a seat belt across there because it looks like a person could slide right off that. The front tires are them knobbies, and I got extensions. You can see they're out there on them to make it easier to fill them up. I put some slime in there, and that's the best thing you can do, but when you put the slime in, you better rotate them to get that stuff all around to get it to sealing up. Now, these are Turf Tamer tires, and I grooved them. These grooves right here add side bite, because if you don't, it slides. These tires slide real bad. I may eventually go to a knobby tire on this. I'd like to have a torque converter up here, maybe later when I get back to work. I put one of them AC Delco racing spark plugs in there. That ought to help. That ought to give this thing about 2 extra horsepower. A little later, I'm going to take one of these nylon nets. This is off the yellow mini bike, and put over. You want to put that over these. Anytime you're running in the yard, you want to put stuff like that, and that stops that crap from embedding down inside there. Also, a neat little trick is when you do these, mark on your choke directions. As you can see over here, my off and on. You need to mark that stuff up so you don't forget it. But here in the middle, I added 11 inches because Dustin's like 6'2", and I added a lot of beef bracing across there. And you can see like right here and here. And I raised the foot pads up where your heel rests and added extensions onto this. Put a bumper out on the front. Put the bracing there. I wanted to put one right here, but I just ran out of time. You can see that side broke off once, and we redone it and braced it like that. The reason I put the pads is that you got this steering arm that just cuts into your leg when you're on this. This is no dingo go-kart. And this raises your feet up to get your feet out of that. Steering is the same. It's out further. And yeah, I made a jack mount system. I know it's kind of hard to see, but this back part of the frame was not welded proper, and this thing has the ability to kick that motor over, and that was to get that chain straight because I was having a lot of chain noise. And it kind of, I know it's kind of strange looking and all, but it was to kick that motor over to get everything in line. You want your chain in line, or it's going to start slinging off all the time. I did put a wider axle on back. That'll probably make it tougher to turn, but that was to kind of clearance some stuff and all. But yeah, that's where I'm at on this thing. I haven't put any fuel and checked it out yet, but I'd like to put a chain tightener. It'd have to be on this side, and try to keep that chain tight up there. You know, something like off a motorcycle or so. But anyhow, today's Dustin's birthday. I think he had to work. But anyhow, this is where I'm at on this project. And you can see I got a lot more work to get done over there. I'm going with all the fuel systems on the, that's my oldest go-kart, and then the next one. They're going to have a fuel cell with the foam inside it, plastic tanks. You can see I pulled the tanks off and sitting up there. And I got to get these go-karts going too. But anyhow, that's where I'm at on Dustin's go-kart, and hope you guys like it and give you some ideas. And we'll catch you on the next video.